everybody, it's Tim hitting the Beast of the Marching Arts. Welcome to another exciting episode of Baking with the Beast. I know you're thinking like, this is a weird time. I'm doing this in the morning. But I'm in the mood to make cookies. And so I have work I have to do, and I have the great advantage of being able to be self-employed and sort of figure out my own schedule. And this morning, I just felt like I needed to bake some cookies. I've been saying all along, baking has been sort of like my zen, my happy place. It's been a wonderful new sort of hobby that I've been doing. I've been doing a lot of baking off the scenes. Had some great successes. I'll tell you about it as I'm baking. But today I'm going to be making Snickerdoodles. I have to tell you, when I started, I'll try to talk and bake at the same time. When I started making cookies, back at the beginning of the quarantine, when I sort of really started doing all this baking, they were all right. And I was like, okay, like these aren't really that much better than, what you might see, just like the ones you could buy at the store and sort of throw in the oven. But I have to tell you, as I've gotten better at baking, I don't know why, but like the cookies, they're much better. Like the stuff I'm making tastes way better than those chop and bake ones or whatever. So anyway, I'm making Snickerdoodles today, everybody, and thanks for watching. If you have any comments or suggestions for me of what I should bake, by all means, let me know. So I just got some butter. I'm making Snickerdoodles, and I've got some butter. I'm going to soften that up, so I'm going to throw that in the microwave. Just get a little bit softer. But yeah, I think I've been having great successes. I made a blueberry pie that was unbelievable, and an apple pie. Really good. So I'm starting to get really encouraged. But like my cookies are like way better than they were before. So I don't know what's different. I guess maybe I've learned how to mix things, or I don't know. It's a good thing. I'm happy that it's better. So today I'm making Snickerdoodles. So let's see. I'm gonna put all right, I need another bowl. All right, so here's all my baking stuff. I've got a little baking area set up back there now with all my stuff. Trying to sort of get organized. So first I'm gonna do is I'm gonna whisk together the dry ingredients. Let's see what that is. Whisk together flour, baking soda, and cream of tartar. I don't know what cream of tartar is, but I love it because it makes Snickerdoodles really good. So, all right, so how much flour? 1.5 cups, okay? I'm getting so much better at this. Those of you that might have seen me in my earlier baking stints, I hope you'll see that I know more what I'm doing. Anyway, I'm making Snickerdoodles, everybody, because it's just the kind of day. I took my dog for a walk this morning, and I'm down here in Orlando, Florida, but there's like a crisp sort of fall is coming kind of thing. That is lovely. It was so nice. Like, I'm ready for fall, even though that normally means marching band, and that's been really weird this year, but still, I'm excited. I love fall. It's like my favorite season. In Florida, I don't really get to see the leaves change, so I have to make visits to other places, which I probably won't be doing this year either. But anyway, I'm making Snickerdoodles because it makes me happy. And I gotta tell you, man, I made Snickerdoodles the other day. I have a new secret weapon I'm gonna show you in just a minute, thanks to my wonderful cousin Kelly. Unbelievable the difference this makes. You'll see, and you'll be all that going, yeah, of course. But for me, as a new aspiring baker, this new secret weapon it's like changed my whole world around cookies. But anyway, we'll be getting to that in just a minute. Okay, I put in the flour, baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, I don't want to mess this up. Let me pay attention to what I'm doing. Making Snickerdoodles, everybody. If you have ideas for me or comments or suggestions of what I should bake next, I am all ears. And then 1/4 teaspoon cream of tartar. Does anybody know where's the tartar? What is that? I need to do some research. I don't even know, like, what's a tartar? I know what tartar sauce is. Is it like a root? I don't know what it is. So anyway, if you know what tartar is, let me know. I guess I just need to Google it. All right, there's my cream of tartar, or as I like to say when I'm feeling fancy, cream of tartar. I don't know what that means. So all right, so I'm going to whisk these together. Got them in my smaller bowl. And I'm just going to mix that up and set that aside because I'm going to do all the wet stuff with the butter and mix this in later. Okay, we ready? Cream of tartar, are you all mixed in? All right, I'm making Snickerdoodles, everybody. If you have suggestions for what I should be baking, let me know. As I said, I had a huge success recently with a blueberry pie and an apple pie. Unbelievable. And I'm going to show you something I made the other day that I didn't bake it correctly, and then it turned out great. So I decided to claim it as my own and name it, thanks to my suggestion from my sister Julie. So that's what I did. I'll tell you what the name is in just a minute. So there's two exciting things coming up. Okay, so here's my softened butter. I'm getting better at baking just because, you know, I've been doing more of it, and at least I'm enjoying it more because I feel like I know what I'm doing. You know, and if you're ever new at something, or you're a student, you're talking to your students and they get frustrated because they're new at something, just remind them, like, it gets better. The more you spend time, the better things get. So I'm making Snickerdoodles in case you just signed on. All right, so I've got butter, 1 cup of sugar. All right, so what I'll do is I've got my half a cup here. That makes things easier sometimes. So I'm just going to do 2 half cups of sugar. There's 1. Sugar that makes everything delicious, I know. Luckily, I have friends and relatives and stuff that are happy to take this stuff because I don't need to be eating all this food that I'm making. But I usually have a piece or 2, and that's enough. And then I send it off into the universe and make other people happy. So that's the way that's been working for me. Cream, butter, and 1 cup of sugar until light and fluffy. I wonder if I over soften my butter. Well, I guess I'm about to find that out. All right, I'm going to cream this till light and fluffy. And if you can see, just got my butter and my sugar, which is the basis of all wonderful things in the world of baking, I've discovered. And I'm going to heat it until it's light and fluffy. Then I'm going to add my egg and my vanilla. So anyway, I'm going to tell you about who I talked to last night. It's so wonderful. Hey everybody, I'm making Snickerdoodles. I'm beating my eggs. I won't try to talk too much right now because it's so loud. I think I might have over softened my butter. This might be a problem. I'm creaming my butter and sugar. I think I might have over softened my butter. This is not looking normal, so I might have a little bit of an issue on my hands here. All right, I'm not sure about this. I might have made a mistake. So I don't know, like, does over softening your butter cause giant issues? Anybody know? Comment, let me know. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna keep going because I don't know if it's gonna kill the cookies. If it is, I'm already planning to make a second batch because this only makes, like, doesn't make so many. All right, so next thing to do is beat in the egg and the vanilla. So I've got my egg at room temperature. That's one thing I've also learned, is to actually read the recipe ahead rather than just when I'm ready to start baking, because sometimes stuff has to sit out and get to room temperature. And I learned that the hard way. So anyway, I'm making Snickerdoodles, everybody, and I am about to put in my vanilla. I love vanilla, my favorite flavor. I know, kind of controversial. But anyway, how much vanilla? 1/2 teaspoon, okay? I think that's the orange one. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. I've started buying like the giant industrial sized vanilla extract because I use it so much. And I gotta tell you, I made a vanilla cake. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. It was so good, my vanilla cake. And they used a tablespoon of vanilla, but it was so good. I'm thinking of making vanilla cake cupcakes. That's my next thing because my friend Mark bought me a cake decorating. He was so distressed. Honestly, he had every reason to be distressed at how ugly my cakes were. Anyway, he was very nice and he bought me a cake decorating set. It has like the bags with the, anyway, I haven't gotten into that yet, but that's gonna be next because I'm gonna okay. I think my mixer's about to die. I may have to invest in a mixer. This is the one my mother gave me from like probably the 70s. Hey Corbett. Yes, I'm waking up and baking Snickerdoodles because it's a Snickerdoodle kind of day. It just is. All right, I'm mixing this in. It's a Snickerdoodle kind of day, everybody. And I got to tell you, for some reason, I made them the other day, and they were so unbelievable. They were so good. And then I gave most of them away, and I regretted it. No offense, everybody that I gave them to. But I've been jonesing for Snickerdoodles again. So I'm making Snickerdoodles this morning because it makes me happy. And I'm like, you know what? I'll take an hour. I'm going to do this, and then I'll have Snickerdoodles, and I'll feel happier. And then I can go in there, and I can do my work and write some music and write some drill, and I'll just feel better. You know, so we don't have to take care of ourselves this way. Just like I get in, you know, I read each evening, and I take time to do that. Like, you have to take care of yourself. All right, next thing I'm going to do, gradually beat into the cream mixture. I've already got my soft ingredients over here, which is my flour, baking soda, and cream of tartar. That's right. I'm sure it's tartar, but I like to say it that way. All right, I'm going to gradually beat this in. So I'm putting some in, and then I'm going to add Sorry, you can't really see what's going on in the bowl. It's not that exciting. Okay. I am definitely having mixer issues. I think I'm going to have to invest in a mixer. I'd like probably just another handheld one. If I have a suggestion, put in the comments what kind of mixer I should get. I don't know. I'm new at this. Okay, time for my new Mickey Mouse spatula that I got from Kelly to fix this all up. I'm mixing in this. Making Snickerdoodles. I'm mixing in now the dry stuff in with the sugar and egg and butter. All right, look at that. Let me just put this in. It's going to take way too long. Okay. Come on, mixer. It is definitely having issues. Okay, I'm going to have to buy a mixer. Really, let me know what kind I should buy. I have no idea. But this is clearly on its last leg. I guess I've overused. I've been doing a lot of baking. So I guess I've worn the poor thing out. All right, come on. I'm almost done with this part. All right. All right, I'm mixing all the ingredients for Snickerdoodles. I'm trying to get everything out the beavers. Woo! Okay. I plan to make a second batch, so I'm just going to leave that right there. Normally, I would clean it up. All right, so here we go. I've got my Snickerdoodle batter. What do you think? Does it look delicious? Well, we're going to find out. The nice thing about making cookies is you only take like 9 or 10 minutes in the oven, and then you're enjoying their deliciousness right away. All right, so I have to do one more thing before I can start making these, and that is a small bowl. I put cinnamon and the remaining sugar because I'm going to roll the balls in the sugar. That's what makes Snickerdoodles especially doodly and so wonderful. So I'm going to do that. So how much? 1 teaspoon cinnamon. Who doesn't love cinnamon? It's just wonderful. All right, so cinnamon makes everything wonderful. I think that's why I like pumpkin pie and fall stuff. It's always cinnamon. Cinnamon, you're such a good friend. Okay. I think I got a little extra, but you know, can there really be too much cinnamon in the world? I don't think so. And then 2 tablespoons of sugar, because this is what I'm going to roll it in. This is the exciting part. This is about to happen, everybody. You're about to see this happen here live on Exciting Facebook and YouTube. I'm going to, you make the stuff that you roll it in. So this is what makes Snickerdoodles so wonderful is you have this cinnamon sugar mixture. I'm getting it all over everything. And you roll the cookie dough balls in this deliciousness. Okay, now I'm about to show you my secret weapon. I told you I had a secret weapon thanks to my wonderful cousin Kelly. So we are going to shift over here. So let me bring you over here with me. It's time to prepare the cookie dough balls that will then turn into deliciousness of cookies. So let me see if I can figure out how to do this. Where are you going to be able to see from? That's not going to work. I should have planned this part out. All right, anyway, so here I've got my two. Let me try this. Okay, I have a new idea. Let's see if this works. All right, what did I do? I don't know what I did. Can you see? I think this is going to work. All right, so here, parchment paper. I've got my dough in here. I've got my wonderful, hey everybody. I've got my bowl of deliciousness. And now for my secret weapon. Are you ready, everybody? Are you ready? Secret weapon time. Cookie scoop, also known as ice cream scoop. But isn't this wonderful? Wait till you see what this does. I mean, those of you that are watching, you're like, of course I know about this for cookies. But I got to tell you, this is completely revolutionary for me. So here's what's going to happen. Everybody look. I'm in the bowl. Can you see? I'm going to scoop. Give myself a nice little circle. Isn't that wonderful? Then I'm going to take it and dip it, roll it in the sugar, place it on the pan. I mean, it's unbelievable. This is so wonderful. So that's what I'm going to be doing. This camera angle is totally not working, is it? All right, anyway, so I'm going to scoop out, circle, take it out, roll it in the dough, in the sugar cinnamon mixture, put it on the pan. So I don't think you guys can see at all what's going on here. Let me try a different angle. How's this? Well, all right, we'll see. So I think I'm overthinking all this. Okay, so back over here now, I'm going to get the cookie scoop, thanks to Kelly. And see, the thing is, and then I'm going to, you're just not able to see anything I'm doing. Oh, well. Here, I'm going to roll it. The nice thing is then the cookies all are the same size because the scoop, makes them all the same size. So this is like revolutionary for me because they come out, they all look so much better. Okay, so see, I've got my circle. I'm going to roll them in the cinnamon. Okay. How's everybody doing? Can you see what's going on? No, you can't see anything. Well, let me try. Hang on, everybody. I'm making Snickerdoodles, and I'm trying to figure out how to film this part, and I guess I didn't plan this very well. How you doing? Okay. I'm just going to keep going. How'd you know? This is just so exciting. At least you can see my my beast arm. How's it look? Huh? Beast is saying hi. All right. So I'm putting them on the pan. So I'm rolling them in the cinnamon, putting them on the sheet. Get the next one scoop. Take it out. It's a perfect circle. Thanks to Kelly and her wonderfulness for giving this to me, sending me these cookie scoops. It's been revolutionary, quite honestly. All right, so I'm going to try to multitask now. I've got this first pan done. There they are. So now I'm going to move to the second pan. Let me switch these. I know you guys are going like, okay, this is not that interesting, Beast. Okay, well, look, here's the thing. Let me tell you what I did last night. While I'm doing this, you can, all right. Okay, so everybody, I'm making Snickerdoodles. I'm about to put them in the oven, which is exciting because in 9 minutes, I'm going to be tasting them. And I know you're all excited as I am. I don't know if you're excited as I am or not, but what did I do last night? All right, come on. Hey, all right. I'm making Snickerdoodles. I'm rolling balls with my cookie scoop, which I love, rolling them in the cinnamon. So here, you know what I did last night? I spent the evening with Brant Crocker. You guys know who that is. He's the legendary announcer for DCI. I think he's so great. He is so nice. And I was talking to him about his career. He was a teacher, a superintendent of schools, and then he was in contracting for like building stuff for houses for 22 years. But anyway, it's really interesting. That recording is about to go up on the website if you weren't able to watch last night. I had a wonderful time with him. That's one of the wonderful things during this summer. Of course, I did all these webinars with the DCI Summer of Learning. And I'm making Snickerdoodles, by the way, everybody. I'm about to put the first batch in the oven. I got to meet a lot of people. And of course, I had always wanted to meet Grant Crocker. And it was really interesting because we had part of the conversation we had last night was he talked about when he realized how important he was. It was really lovely to have this part of the conversation. Like he realized how important he was. He at some point back in the 90s, it's like he thought about just hanging it up. And people were like, no. And he came to realize that his voice as the sound and the voice of announcing DCI really mattered to people, and that was really a moment for him. And I loved him telling that story, and you can see the recording. I'm going to be putting it up a little bit later today. It was so nice of him, but he realized that he was really important and that it mattered to people and that he made a difference for the experience of the marchers and for those of us in the stands. And I loved that part of the conversation last night. So I encourage you to watch that recording. It'll be up a little bit later today at Marching Arts Education, of course. But such a lovely man. I've been really enjoyed getting to know him, hearing about him. We talked about how he met his wife, who was like the super serious and intense and very accomplished guard captain at the Troopers back in the late 60s when they were like the deal. And like for 5 years, get this, he tells the story last night. For 5 years, she was in the Troopers. The Troopers never placed lower than third in any contest, and the color guard never lost a show. This is intense. Of course, if you remember the thing the Troopers do, where they there's somebody stands in the middle of the circle, and then the rifles throw rifles right next to him. He tells a story about that last night too. Apparently, talking about Grant Crocker, who the DCI announcer I talked to last night. Apparently, he did that one time, which is probably how it would go for me too. Like you do that one time, and he was like, never again. Terrified him. So it's really brave of whoever that is. Usually a drum major, I think, that stands in the middle of those trooper things. Okay, look. All right, can you see? I have two. Look at those. Look at this. I'm so proud of this. My cookie scoop. Look what it does. It makes these perfect. Well, strangely enough, that is all of the amount of cookies that this recipe makes. So I'm going to make a second batch while these cook. So I'm going to put these in the oven. Here we go. First one in. Very exciting. Very exciting. Hey Siri, set timer for 9 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna have Snickerdoodles in 9 minutes, and I gotta tell you, I've just been so enjoying baking, and I gotta tell you that the cookies are turning out a lot better than they used to. So apparently, I'm learning something. I'm learning what I'm doing. Anyway, so I'm gonna make a second batch of Snickerdoodles. But anyway, check out the conversation I had with Grant Crocker because he was absolutely lovely and such a nice man, and I loved talking to him, and I think you'll enjoy his stories of his career. I mean, he was there with the Troopers at the heyday in that late 60s, 70s thing with the Troopers. They were the deal. I mean, they were the deal. And he was there with Jim Jones. He talked about how it changed his life, that it changed all those young people's lives. Very inspiring stuff. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over while we're waiting for the Snickerdoodles to bake with a whole second set. Something else big happened this week. If you didn't catch it, you were like saying, like, what's Beast of the Marching Arts been doing? Like, if I've been sitting around resting, So we spent a lot of time recently putting together a new course that we just released on Monday. If you didn't hear about it, it's called The Do's and Don'ts of Paying for Drum Corps. It's free. It's for drum. I'm okay. Talk amongst yourselves. This is my Beast cup, by the way. Can you see? It says Beast. Anyway, it does. Thanks to another friend who gave me that. The do's and don'ts of paying for drum corps is I'm making another set of Snickerdoodles while I try to talk. I have Snickerdoodles in the oven, everybody. It's very exciting. It's free. Go to payingfordrumcorps.com. And what it does is it helps marchers. We felt like marchers, one of the big stressful things for staff, for Drum Corps administration, and for marchers is to figure out how they're going to come up with the money to pay, because they want to be able to have this fantastic summer experience. But you can't just throw up a GoFundMe. That is the last resort, everybody. I mean, it's lovely that they have that resource, and we explained how that can be helpful, but it should be like the last thing you do. So if you know anybody that's a marcher, or if you're an educator and you have anybody in your students who want to march one day, have them go to Paying for Drum Corps. It's a free resource. It takes about an hour. Okay, so they watch about an hour of videos. They take some notes. It tells them how to ask friends, how to ask family, how to ask businesses, how to earn the money, how to budget, how to think about money correctly. It's super, super helpful. In fact, if you are just somebody that needs to do better with your own finances, which is all of us, there's information here just for us. Like, I do this course. I literally finished recording a course one day, an episode of the course one day. Hang on, I'm going to put this to soften, but I'm going to do it a lot shorter than I did last time. Yeah, I mean, I literally finished recording with the wonderful Paul Richardson, who did this whole thing, came to me with this idea. And I literally picked up the phone and called my financial advisor and said, I need to think about some things differently. And we literally made a change to my financial plan because of what I learned in this course. And this wasn't even for me. So I'm telling you, it's very helpful stuff. But it's designed, and it's especially helpful for the marchers, because we want them to not be stressed out, and we want administrators of drum corps not to be worried. And of course, a lot of drum corps do a good job already of talking to their members and helping their members with this part. But we thought, well, let's just create something for everybody. It's free. Anybody can go take it. And of course, they're hoping that at the end of it, they'll sign up for a membership, which would really help us out, help us keep doing what we're doing. I'm trying to do more and more of this educational stuff. So if you're a member, please go to marchingartseducation.com and consider it. It's only $5.99 a month. It would really help me out. All right, here we go. Baking more Snickerdoodles. I'm going to start with the flour, baking soda, and cream of tartar, which is how I say it. I know that's probably not correct. So how much flour? 1.5 cups. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hi, Charlene. I adore you too. You're wonderful. Thanks for being here. All right, I'm going to go to my new bag of flour. Isn't this exciting? So I've just opened up this bag of flour because the other one's getting low and I don't want to struggle. All right, I'm making Snickerdoodles. Anyway, payingfordrumcorps.com, everybody. If you know anybody that's a marcher, even if they've marched for 10 years already, we give them advice on ways to do this. This is stuff that's been tried and true. Okay, it's not like we have ideas of what might work. No, this is stuff that people work. You know, Paul was the CEO of an indoor drum line and helped members for 15 years, help students learn how to do this. So he's got all the stuff that works. So hi, Clint. Thanks for watching. Hey, Tony. Hey, Corbett. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you have ideas for what I might bake, let me know. Go to payingfordrumcorps.com. The other thing I did on Monday, wait a minute, I don't want to mess this up. 4th teaspoon of baking soda, 4th teaspoon cream of tartar, which is how I like to say it. So the other thing is I did a webinar about the whole works. You can have the whole works, everybody. You can have the whole works. Okay, society tells us you can't have all of it. People are like, well, you know, I'd like to be in a great, fulfilling relationship. I'd like to have all kinds of good relationships. I'd like to have satisfying work. I'd like to have plenty of money. I'd like to have great health. But society tells us you can't have all that. It's like, okay, if you're going to be really successful at your job, well, you know, you're not going to have time to take care of your health. Or your family life's going to suffer. This is not true, everybody. So I did a webinar on Monday night called The Whole Works. You can find the recording of that at Marching Arts Education. And it was really fun for me to talk about that. This was something I learned from my great teacher, Dr. Kennedy Schultz, back when I lived in Atlanta. You can have the whole works, everybody. So if you don't think you can have the whole works, or you're wondering, how can I have the whole works? Or can I do all of this? Can I have everything I want in my life? The answer is yes. You can have everything. And I'm making a big mess. So let me pay attention to what I'm doing. Okay, there are my dry ingredients. Now I'm going to do well, you know what? I'm too excited. I have to check on the cookies. Let's see how they're doing. I have Snickerdoodles, everybody. I'm loving Snickerdoodles lately, and I have Snickerdoodles in the oven. Let's see how they're doing. Oh my God, can you see? Can you guys see? Those look so good. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna be having a Snickerdoodle very shortly, and you can live vicariously through me. Okay, I know that's not that exciting when it comes to cookies, but I'm having so much fun baking. All right, I already showed you my secret weapon, my cookie scoop. I'll be using it again a little bit later. Now I'm gonna put butter and 1 cup of sugar. So let me get my 1 cup of sugar going. I'm making Snickerdoodles. I've already made a batch. They're about to come out of the oven. And we'll see how I did. But I have to make a second batch because it just doesn't make a whole ton of them. And these are really, they turn out really good. I just don't know how I do it. I mean, well, I'm following the recipe, but I've gotten, as I said in the beginning, I've gotten so much better at baking. As I said, anything you do, you keep doing it, it gets easier and you get better. And my baking is like Exhibit A for me, because as you get watched, my first Baking with the Beast, you will know I was terrible. I did not know what I was doing. And I actually threw away things. I have to admit it. I just threw them in the trash. That's how bad they were. All right. I'm mixing together the butter and the sugar. I think you can hear me, so I'm going to keep talking. I'm about to get my first batch of Snickerdoodles out of the oven, everybody. It's very exciting. I'm making the second batch. Today's podcast, how to audition to drum corps. Okay, you're like, could I use tips? Do I know somebody that can use tips? try not real loud. Do I know anybody that can use tips for how to audition for drum corps? Listen, this is Scott Johnson of the Blue Devils talking about how people should audition for the Blue Devils drum line. Okay, so if you know anybody that wants to audition, he gives great advice that anybody can use no matter what you do. I'm mixing butter and sugar until it becomes light and fluffy. I think I'm almost there. So that's the podcast he's on right now, Scott Johnson and his team from the Blue Devils drum line. Who doesn't want to hear that? I do. I did. He said things I didn't expect him to say. So check that out. And if you know anybody that's thinking about, oh my God, I think the Snickerdoodles might be ready. How exciting is this? Hey, timer, turn off. Hey, Siri, turn off timer. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Let's see. I'm about to pull the first set. Oh gosh, I have all these wonderful choices of mitts now because friends have been giving it to me. Let's see. Ooh, I think this, what do you think? Are you as excited as I am? Let me do this. I've learned some things. I'm gonna look at the bottom of one and see. Oh, I think I'm gonna give them, I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna give them like 45 seconds. Okay, this is risky. I know, we're on pins and needles here. Hey Siri, set timer for 45 seconds. Okay, I think I want them just slightly brown, but the problem is when I made my Snickerdoodles the other day and I left them in too long, the bottom got hard. And they were good, but they weren't as good. So I am really living on the edge here, everybody. But I'm going to do that. So I have 45 seconds to go back over here and keep adding to I'm making another set of recipes. The next thing I'm going to do is beat in egg and vanilla. Okay, I'm going to beat in egg and vanilla. All right, so here's my egg. I hope you're having fun, everybody. I hope that you will do like what I'm doing and like give yourself permission to stop and do something for yourself. Hi, Victor. Thanks for watching, buddy. Take time and do something for yourself. Like this just centers me. Oh my God, there's the alarm. I'm worried about my cookies. Half teaspoon of vanilla. I know I should stop and get them. Okay, that was way more than it was supposed to be. So I don't know if I just ruined this recipe or not. We're going to find out. But I should have waited. All right, I'm going to get the Snickerdoodles out. I'm very excited. Here we go. I'm going back over here. I'm going to take them out of the oven. Oh, I think that looks about right. And then the ones that were on the bottom, I'm going to move up a rack. Oh, I don't know. They look ready too. Actually, I think they all look ready. So here's what I'm going to do again. What do you think, everybody? Don't those look delicious? Let me see. Oh, look at that. Oh, that looks so good. Let's see what this pan looks like. Oh, a little bit overdone. See, So the bottom pan, for some reason, cooked more this time. You know what I need to do? I need to get them off. I need to get them off the tray and onto the rack. I now have a rack. So I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing, but I'm going to take them off and put them on the rack. Snickerdoodle time, everybody. All right, so here we go. I'm going to take these off and put them on the rack. These need to come off first because they're the ones that are most brown. Don't those look good, though? Oh, my goodness. These are so good. These are a little bit brown at the bottom. I guess I have to watch them a little more closely. I thought the ones on the top would cook more. But you know what? It's not like you can't eat them and they're not still delicious. Yeah, but see the bottom of this cookie? That's a little brown. It's a little brown. Still delicious. But see these, that's perfect. Taking Snickerdoodles off here, putting them on the rack to cool. You guys can see what I'm doing. Here they are on the rack. Okay, everybody make room for each other. Come on, everybody, cooperate. Moving these Snickerdoodles around. I feel like such a baker with my my cooling rack. It really does work. I could really use another one. I need to invest in a second one. All right, everybody, Snickerdoodles. All right, this is just not. Why can I not get a shot? There they are. What do you think? I must say, I'm impressed with myself. Okay, so I'm making a second batch, but I'm not going to make you sit through that because this has gone on long enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some milk because, you know, this is how you're supposed to eat cookies. So I'm going to hang on. I'm going to get some milk. The moment of truth. The Snickerdoodles are cooling on the rack. I'm going to get some milk, and I'm going to try one. And we're just going to see. I need to give them a couple minutes to see. By the way, coming next week, if you want to know what's going on in my world too, super cool. I'll just give you a little teaser. Nobody knows this, but the Phantom Regiment is creating online coursework, especially for right now for beginning instrumentalists, like beginning musicians. That's going to be on our site at Marching Arts Education, and probably, hopefully, next week. So watch for that. If you don't know what's going on, or you don't know how to find out about all this exciting stuff, sign up for our newsletter, because that way you find out everything that's going on. Should I try Snickerdoodle? You think they're cool enough? I'm very excited. By the way, this weekend, I'm making a cherry pie. And I'm going to make it like, not with just a filling, but I'm actually going to make it with cherries. But when I looked at the recipe, they were like, okay, so it's going to take you about 3 hours to slice and pit all these cherries. And I'm like, I don't think so. But then it says you can buy a pitter, and it takes the pits out. So I invested in a cherry pitter, which you can also use for olives, which I'll probably hardly ever use. But anyway, that's on the way for me. And as soon as that gets to me, apparently that will help pull the pits out of the cherries really fast. So it won't take me 3 hours, I hope. And then I'm going to make a cherry pie from scratch, because I got to tell you, my blueberry pie and my apple pie were like stellar. I just couldn't believe I did it. It was so impressive. I mean, if I may say so myself. All right, I'm going to go over here. There's the rack with all the Snickerdoodles. I'm going to, okay, look at this. Look at this, everybody. Oh, wait, where is it? Okay, so it's got the cinnamon and sugar perfectly baked on the bottom, if I do say so myself. Moment of truth. Are you ready, everybody? Are you ready? Okay. How can you not love baking? I mean, it's just so good. Oh my God. I've got it exactly right. So, this has never been my favorite cookie, but for some reason, right now, I am loving these Snickerdoodles. Just the right amount of like crunchiness on the outside, but soft and delicious on the inside. It's got the cinnamon and sugar. Oh, I need a moment. Sorry. Anyway, I'm so proud. I'm having so much fun baking. So listen, people, take care of yourself. Give yourself permission. Wait, let me get in the shot. Whoa, what happened? Give yourself permission to bake or do whatever brings you joy. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in our world right now. There are a lot of people trying to make us really afraid and separate us through fear. Don't buy into this, okay?
Everybody's nice. Everybody's a nice person for the most part. I think we are all living in different little worlds because we have divided ourselves with social media and news, but it doesn't matter. Everybody's mostly nice. Do your part. Don't buy into the fear. If somebody's telling you they're out to get you, don't listen to them. They're just trying to scare you into their point of view. There are things to be scared of. What I'm doing is I'm volunteering, trying to make a difference in the way that things that matter to me. Even if it's just spending a couple hours sending texts or making calls for candidates that I want to support. Don't buy into the fear. If your candidate is constantly just talking about how scary everybody else is and how they're out to get you, don't listen to that. Listen to the guy that's saying, here's what I'm going to do to fix it. Here's the ideas I have to make things better. Because things are a little rough right now. Okay, these are the marching out. I'm about to make another batch of Snickerdoodles. Those came out really great. I'm very excited. I hope you've had fun watching. Thanks for watching. Please go to Marching Arts Education. Consider becoming a member. Sign up for the newsletter so you know what's going on. There's all kinds of exciting stuff coming up. Go to payingfordrumcorps.com and see the new course that we did, the new presentation resource that we just put out there. Yeah, I made Snickerdoodles this morning, everybody. Thanks for watching. This was really, really fun. Beast out.